The planet is called Ashavoran 9 by the Galactic Dominion. Humans call it Earth's tomb. The sky is a bruised violet, choked with the dust of 7 billion cremated lives. Orbital mirrors, once meant to warm a colony world, now focus starlight into a permanent funeral pyre. Every gust carries the scent of burnt bone and melted steel. Captain Elias, Grim, Voss, Terran Revenant Core, floats in low orbit inside a matte black stealth drop pod no bigger than a coffin. His mission is simple on paper. Slip through the Dominion's graveyard patrol, plant a quantum beacon on the ruins of Geneva, and confirm the death toll. One man, no rescue, no witnesses. The pod punches atmosphere like a bullet made of silence. Retro thrusters flare crimson, then die. Elias falls through clouds of human ash. He lands in what used to be the Alps. Snow is black glass now. Geneva Spire, once the tallest building on Earth, juts from the ground like a broken spear, half its height melted into slag. The silence is absolute until it isn't. A single, weak pulse on his bioscanner. Elias ghosts toward the source, a collapsed Dominion medical frigate half buried under a mountain of rubble. Inside, emergency strobes still flicker red, painting everything in bloodlight. He finds her in the med bay. A young Vayari female, silver skin, shattered wings, royal crest glowing faintly on her throat, chained to an autopsy table. Dominion surgeons were dissecting her alive when Earth's final counterstrike turned the sky white. Everyone fled. They left her screaming. Her eyes, molten gold, lock on him. Terror becomes confusion. Human? She rasps in broken galactic standard. Elias's finger hovers over the trigger of his coil rifle. Protocol is clear. No survivors, no complications. The beacon has to go live in 11 minutes. Instead, he holsters the rifle, snaps the mag cuffs with a plasma cutter, and scoops her into his arms. She weighs nothing. Guess we just hooked up in the middle of humanity's funeral, he mutters, voice rough as broken glass. She laughs, wet, delirious, beautiful, and the sound punches straight through 7 years of hate. Outside, Dominion patrol skiffs scream overhead, searchlights carving the ash. Elias runs, carrying the last living thing on a dead world, straight into the teeth of the empire that murdered his species. The beacon can wait. Black snow falls like slow knives. Elias sprints across the frozen lake that used to be Lake Geneva, boots punching through glass ice with every step. The Vayari woman, her name is Saralee, she manages to gasp, clings to his neck, wings dragging useless furrows in the ash. Her blood is warm against his armor, too warm. Dominion skiffs howl overhead, floodlights sweeping in lethal arcs. One beam locks on. A rail lance vaporizes the ice 10 meters behind them. Faster, human. Saralee whispers, voice cracking. Name's Elias, princess. And I'm already faster than physics. He dives into the skeletal remains of the Palais des Nations, crashes through a shattered skylight, and rolls into the dark. The skiffs overshoot, cursing in 17 languages. Inside the ruined assembly hall, moonlight spears through the broken dome, illuminating rows of melted chairs and a single intact flagpole. The Terran flag still hangs there, charred, bullet-riddled, defiant. Elias sets her down against the speaker's podium. Her wing joints are pulped. Bone shards glitter like diamonds in silver flesh. Why? She asks, gold eyes searching his face. Your people are gone. I am Dominion. Enemy. Elias tears open his medkit, injects a coagulant that hisses against her alien blood. Because 7 billion ghosts are enough for one lifetime. I'm not adding you to the pile. She watches him work, trembling. They glassed your world to stop something called Operation Extinction. I was studying the files. They feared what humans would do if pushed too far. Elias's hands freeze. They were right to be afraid. A low thrum vibrates the ruins, Dominion ground troops dropping in. Red targeting dots dance across the walls. Saralee reaches up, fingers brushing the stubble on his jaw, curious, almost reverent. Your kind were supposed to be monsters. He snorts. We are. Just not to everyone. He slings her over his shoulder fireman style, grabs the old Terran flag like a cape, and runs deeper into the catacombs beneath the Palais, ancient tunnels the Dominion never mapped. Behind them, the assembly hall explodes into white fire. Ahead, the quantum beacon waits in the dark, still unplanted. Elias feels her heartbeat against his back, fast, terrified, alive. Hold tight, Saralee, he growls. We're not done dying today. She buries her face between his shoulder blades and whispers something that might be a prayer in Vayari. The catacombs breathe. Cold air tastes of iron and old blood. Bioluminescent lichen clings to walls carved by human hands before the Dominion ever existed. Every footstep echoes like a heartbeat in a tomb. Elias carries Saralee through tunnels that haven't seen light since the glassing. His suit's dying HUD flickers, painting her silver skin in ghost green. She's burning with fever. The Dominion surgeons pumped her full of neural suppressants to keep her from singing. They wanted to weaponize the voice. She rasps against his neck. My bloodline can break minds with a note. They killed your world to make sure no human ever heard it used against them. Elias's jaw tightens. They failed. They reach a sealed vault, pre-Dominion Terran black site, forgotten even by Earth's own archives. The door is 30 centimeters of collapsed matter alloy. Elias slaps a shaped charge, pulls Saralee behind cover. The explosion is a silent thunder. Inside, a circular chamber lit by a single, living crystal the size of a man. It pulses like a heart made of starlight. Saralee's eyes widen. A Terran echo stone. Your people built these to speak to the dead. Elias sets her down beside it. We built them to remember why we fight. The stone flares when she touches it. Memories flood the air, children laughing in Geneva parks, lovers kissing under alpine snow, 7 billion voices rising in one final, furious no. Saralee weeps. Elias feels every tear through skin he didn't know could still feel. Dominion breach teams are close, boots thundering overhead. She grips his gauntlet. There is a ritual, old Vayari. If you let me sing into the stone, I can bind our minds. You will carry my voice. We will carry each other. It is intimate, irreversible. Elias meets her golden eyes. Do it. She places her palm against the stone, the other against his chest. Her song begins, low, aching, beautiful enough to crack planets. The crystal answers in human frequencies long thought extinct. Pain detonates behind Elias's eyes. He sees her childhood in crystal spires, her mother's execution, her terror when Earth burned. She sees a boy on a colony ship watching Sol go dark, the day he swore vengeance. When it ends, crimson gold threads of light spiral between their hearts. Their pulses lock in perfect sync. Saralee sags. Elias catches her, stronger now, furious now. The vault door glows red, plasma torches cutting through. Elias smiles for the first time in 7 years. It is not a kind smile. Ready to sing for the dead, princess? She kisses him once, quick, fierce, tasting of ash and hope. Let them hear us, she whispers. The door explodes inward. The catacombs breathe. Cold air tastes of iron and old blood. Bioluminescent lichen clings to walls carved by human hands before the Dominion ever existed. Every footstep echoes like a heartbeat in a tomb. Elias carries Saralee through tunnels that haven't seen light since the glassing. His suit's dying HUD flickers, painting her silver skin in ghost green. She's burning with fever. The Dominion surgeons pumped her full of neural suppressants to keep her from singing. They wanted to weaponize the voice. She rasps against his neck. My bloodline can break minds with a note. They killed your world to make sure no human ever heard it used against them. Elias's jaw tightens. They failed. They reach a sealed vault, pre-Dominion Terran black site, forgotten even by Earth's own archives. The door is 30 centimeters of collapsed matter alloy. Elias slaps a shaped charge, pulls Saralee behind cover. The explosion is a silent thunder. Inside, a circular chamber lit by a single, living crystal the size of a man. It pulses like a heart made of starlight. Saralee's eyes widen. A Terran echo stone. Your people built these to speak to the dead. Elias sets her down beside it. We built them to remember why we fight. The stone flares when she touches it. Memories flood the air, children laughing in Geneva parks, lovers kissing under alpine snow, 7 billion voices rising in one final, furious no. Sarah Lee weeps. Elias feels every tear through skin he didn't know could still feel. Dominion breach teams are close, boots thundering overhead. She grips his gauntlet. There is a ritual, old Vayari. If you let me sing into the stone, I can bind our minds. You will carry my voice. We will carry each other. It is intimate, irreversible. Elias meets her golden eyes. Do it. She places her palm against the stone, the other against his chest. Her song begins, low, aching, beautiful enough to crack planets. The crystal answers in human frequencies long thought extinct. Pain detonates behind Elias's eyes. He sees her childhood in crystal spires, her mother's execution, her terror when Earth burned. She sees a boy on a colony ship watching Sol go dark, the day he swore vengeance. When it ends, crimson gold threads of light spiral between their hearts. Their pulses lock in perfect sync. Sarah Lee sags. Elias catches her, stronger now, furious now. The vault door glows red, plasma torches cutting through. Elias smiles for the first time in 7 years. It is not a kind smile. Ready to sing for the dead, princess? She kisses him once, quick, fierce, tasting of ash and hope. Let them hear us, she whispers. The door explodes inward. They step out of the vault together, and the catacombs become a cathedral of vengeance. 40 Dominion shock troopers in obsidian exo-rigs fill the tunnel, rail lances already whining. Their commander, a 4-armed Keth warlord named Varkas, raises a plasma glaive the length of a man. Human relic, he snarls. The princess is coming with us. Dead or singing, Elias and Sarah Lee answer at the same moment. She sings. It is not a melody. It is the sound of 7 billion graves opening at once, every scream Earth never got to finish, every lullaby cut short, every lover's last breath. The echo stone amplifies it through the stone itself, turning the catacombs into a weapon. Dominion soldiers drop their rifles and claw at their helmets as memories that are not theirs flood in. Children vaporized in their classrooms. Cities turned to glass, the exact moment humanity's light went out. Elias walks forward through the song like it's a warm rain. His coil rifle is gone. He doesn't need it. The resonance has braided Sarah Lee's voice into his bones. Every step cracks the floor. Every heartbeat is a detonation. Varkas roars and charges, glaive blazing. Elias meets him bare-handed. The first swing removes Elias's left pauldron in a shower of molten ceramite. He doesn't flinch. He grabs the glaive with his right hand, flesh sizzles, bone shows, and head butts the Keth so hard the warlord's tusks shatter. Sarah Lee's song climbs an octave. The tunnel lights explode in cascades of white fire. Elias rips the glaive free and drives it through Varkas's chest, pinning the warlord to the wall like a bug. Black blood hisses on the blade. Tell your empire, Elias says, voice calm, terrible, perfectly human, the dead are done being quiet. Varkas gurgles once and dies. The remaining troopers are on their knees, weeping in languages they never learned. Sarah Lee lowers her voice to a whisper, and the song ends. Silence falls, heavier than any explosion. She stumbles. The ritual and the song have taken everything. Elias catches her before she hits the ground, cradling her against his burned chest. Overhead, the Dominion fleet is converging, hundreds of capital ships blotting out the stars. They felt the song. They know something just woke up beneath the ashes. Elias looks at the quantum beacon still clipped to his belt, unplanted, blinking innocently. He smiles at Sarah Lee. Time to deliver the mail, princess. She kisses the ruin of his hand, eyes blazing gold. Sing with me one more time, my love. Together they walk toward the surface, leaving 40 broken soldiers alive to carry the story. The dead have voices now, and they have chosen a human as their herald. They emerge from the catacombs into a night turned day. The Dominion armada hangs above Earth like a crown of black knives. Thousands of warships, shield grids shimmering violet, planet-killer lances charging. Geneva Spire's melted stump is the only landmark left. The air itself vibrates with targeting locks. Elias and Sarah Lee stand on the cracked marble of the old UN plaza, bathed in searchlights. She is barefoot, wings in tatters, blood painting silver skin crimson. He is burned half to bone on one side, Terran flag still tied around his shoulders like a war banner. The fleet's flagship, the Choir Eternal, a continent-sized cathedral of guns, broadcasts on every frequency. Captain Elias Voss, surrender the Vayari traitor. Your species is extinct. Do not force us to salt the grave a second time. Elias lifts the quantum beacon high. It is the size of a grenade, blinking innocent blue. Sarah Lee leans into him, voice raw but steady. Once you trigger it, every human sleeper cell, every hidden fleet, every revenant left alive will hear the song and come home. Elias kisses her once, hard, tasting of blood and goodbye and never goodbye. Then let's give them something worth coming home to. He slams the beacon into the cracked marble. It sinks like a seed. For one heartbeat, nothing. Then Sarah Lee sings again. This time she sings with 7 billion dead behind her, with Elias's rage in her throat, with every human who ever refused to kneel. The Echo Stone's resonance erupts upward in a pillar of white fire that punches through atmosphere, through shields, through the Choir Eternal itself. Across the galaxy, hidden human arc fleets wake. Dormant war moons ignite. Colony ships that fled Sol a decade ago reverse course at impossible speed. Operation Extinction, the plan the Dominion feared most, begins. Above Earth, the Dominion fleet fractures. Captains receive the song and remember the faces of human children they glassed. Some open fire on their own flagships. Others simply shut down weapons and weep. The Choir Eternal fires its main lance. Elias throws himself over Sarah Lee. The beam hits the resonance pillar instead and reflects, a lance of pure vengeance turned back on its makers. The flagship blooms into a second sun. Debris rains like judgment. Elias rolls off her, laughing through cracked ribs. Told you humans don't do surrender. Sarah Lee cups his ruined face, tears cutting clean tracks through the ash. And I told you the dead would have voices. Above them, the first human battleship, the TNSV Remember Sol, drops out of fold space, guns already hot, broadcasting a single message on loop. We're home. The sky is no longer the Dominion's. The Dominion fleet is a graveyard of burning cathedrals. Human ships pour from fold rifts like wolves returning to a den they were told no longer existed. Remember Sol, Theseus' wrath, last argument of kings, names carved from grief and fury, tear through the broken armada with surgical, beautiful violence. On the cracked marble of Earth's old plaza, Elias kneels, cradling Sarah Lee. His armor is slag, his left arm charred to bone, but his heart still beats in perfect time with hers. The resonance threads between them glow like molten sunrise. Human drop pods thunder down around them, black, red-eyed, marked with the old Terran sigil. Marines in Revenant armor hit the ground running, weapons hot, eyes wide at the sight of one man and one alien woman holding the line where 7 billion died. Their commander, Colonel Amrita Singh, face scarred by the glassing of Mumbai, drops to one knee in the ash. Captain Voss, she says, voice cracking, the beacon sang. Every human left alive is converging on Sol. Orders? Elias looks at Sarah Lee. She is fading. The final song took too much. Silver skin gone translucent, wings dissolving into light. He kisses her forehead, tasting salt and starlight. Tell them to live, he says. Not just survive. Live. Build gardens where the glass is thickest. That's the only order left. Singh salutes with tears cutting clean lines through soot. Sarah Lee's fingers find his. I'm dying, Elias. No, he growls. Not today. He lifts her, carries her toward the Remember Sol's open ramp. Human medics swarm, shouting about alien physiology and impossible resonance bonds. Sarah Lee smiles, weak but radiant. You gave my people back their future. Let me give you mine. She places his burned hand over her heart. The resonance flares one last time, gold and crimson light pouring into him. Her wounds knit. His flesh regrows. 2 species worth of life force braided into one stubborn heartbeat. The medics stare in awe. Elias laughs, raw, broken, joyous. Guess we're stuck with each other, princess. She kisses him in front of the entire Revenant Corps, slow and deliberate, wings flaring new and whole. Above them, the sky fills with human ships and fleeing Dominion remnants. Earth's twin moons, once cracked by planet killers, now cradle the first joint human Viyari reconstruction fleet. Colonel Singh grins like a wolf. Welcome home, Captain. The war's over. Elias looks at the woman in his arms, at the Marines kneeling in respect, at the green shoots already pushing through black glass. No, he says softly. It's just beginning, the good kind. 10 years after the sky opened its throat, Earth blooms again. The black glass plains of old Europe are gone, melted back into soil by human stubbornness and Viyari song. Where Geneva's spire once stabbed the heavens now stands the Concord Grove, a single tree grown from the fused roots of Terran oak and Viyari star crystal, its leaves singing softly when the wind moves through them. Elias Voss, no longer grim, no longer revenant, stands beneath those leaves in simple work clothes, sleeves rolled high, scars pale against new skin. In his arms is a small girl with silver wings and human green eyes, laughing as she tries to catch the glowing motes that drift from the tree like fireflies. Saralee watches from the porch of their hand-built house, timber and crystal, earth and Viyari braided together. Her wings are whole, her belly gently rounded with their second child. She still wears the old Terran flag as a shawl, faded now, soft as memory. The girl, Asha Sal Vasily, squeals and launches herself at her mother. Saralee catches her effortlessly, kisses the top of her dark curls. Daddy says the tree remembers everyone, Asha declares. It does, Saralee answers, meeting Elias's eyes. Every name we lost. Every name we saved. Beyond the grove, the skyline is alive again. Human cities rising beside Viyari spires, children of both species racing skybikes through rings of light. The Dominion is a history lesson now, taught beside the reminder that mercy can be sharper than any blade. Tonight the Concord Council meets beneath the tree, humans, Viyari, and a dozen freed species, to sign the Eternal Accord. No empires. No glassed worlds. Just a promise carved into living wood. We will not forget. We will not repeat. But first, sunset. Elias climbs the porch, wraps arms around his wife and daughter from behind. The resonance still hums between him and Saralee, quiet now, steady as breathing. Still the worst hookup in galactic history? He murmurs against her ear. She turns, kisses him slow and deep, tasting of home and tomorrow. Best one, she whispers. And it's still going. Asha giggles between them, wings fluttering. Somewhere in the branches, 7 billion voices sing softly with the wind. The girl who was left to die on a dead world and the Marine who refused to let her became the first family of a new one. Earth remembers. The galaxy will never forget.